Thank you, Oscar. It's always a pleasure to be here and to speak about matters touching on the national economy and finance, and also the well-being of micro, small, and medium enterprises.
Yeah. This morning, I want us to talk about crime. We have a NRM man in a dark yellow shirt, Honorable Elect Biara.
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Yes, Biara.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Wapuhulu.
Emmanuel.
Yes.
And MP of
Bulambuli constituency. Yes.
Deep yellow shirt, and you wish to be Deputy Speaker. Is that overreaching?
Not so much. Good evening. Good morning, listeners. Yes. Once again, let me greet my listeners outside there. Good morning once again. And also, particularly good morning to my bosses of Bulambuli constituency. Thank you for giving me a platform that I would come and greet with Oscar and all Capital listeners. And I am the next coming Deputy Speaker of the 12th Parliament. That much, my voters and most of the MPs are demonstrating to see that Biara becomes the next Deputy Speaker, because we want to bring visionary leadership in the 12th Parliament. We want to end the rhetoric and then start action, bring solutions to what our people, especially the electorates, are facing. And Oscar, I want to tell you that Parliament is an engine. It is a bridge between government, especially the executive, and the local people who are outside there. So I want to bring a difference to the 12th Parliament.
But you know about SEC, and SEC has said that Tayewa and Among will take the office. If you wish to go against them?
Have you seen them publish anywhere? Have we gotten it from official communication channels of the NRM? No. Has the chairman mentioned anything? My namesake Emmanuel Dombo, head of communication. How about the SG? There's no official communication. And for us to say we are in a mature democracy, it should start with internal elections. Because we have rules of procedure of the 2015 Parliamentary Caucus of the NRM. They sat and then said, every time a term of office in the position of Speaker and Deputy Speakership falls vacant, the way it is going to fall vacant in May, we are going to express interest as NRM, and then we present our competences, we present our manifestos. What do we want to do in the 12th Parliament? And then the members will choose. And let me ask the SEC or the NRM fraternity, please don't impose leaders to us. Let us select them so that they lead with dignity. Yep.
But you're a man who has never been to Parliament. And on your first day, you want to stand for Deputy Speaker.
Yeah, this is my first time at the Capital Gang, but I've been following the proceedings of here. I just saw you and then say Oscar, because I follow your photos on social media handles and wherever. So it is not about being in Parliament for so long. It is about coming with new ideas and coming with information. If you have been, I think we should remove the notion that someone should serve for a long time to gain experience before they act.
No, you don't say that.
Somebody
your
should come.
Has served a long time.
Someone should come when he's ready.
Honorable Biara.
And my chairman, His Excellency, my chairman, His Excellency, came in when he was ready. And you know his first words? He said that Uganda should forget about changing the leadership of this country. We are going to be here for a long time. Hasn't it been a long time? He said that because he was ready. I'm also coming because I'm ready, and I'm going to lead the 12th Parliament in a position of Deputy Speakership.
Fred Bamwine is in the studio.
So have you blessed me? Please bless me for that.
I think going to Parliament, you need a certain kind of madness, because you went through NRM primaries. Yes. Did you have boxing matches in your NRM primaries?
No.
Or it was okay for you?
It was very good, apart from the general elections, when people thought they would use force, but people's voices spoke louder than anything else. Yeah.
We wish you luck.
Thank you.
Fred Bamwine.
Good morning, listeners of Capital Gang, and good morning, colleagues whom I have taken long without seeing, but where I was with you.
Yes.
I want to take this opportunity to extend my sincere condolence to the families of those who have lost their dear ones, including the UPDF fraternity, which have lost 2 generals. We buried one the other day, who was coming from my home area, the late General Francis Tachirwa. Now tomorrow we are burying the late Sunday, who have been close friends to me. And others who have lost their dear ones, I send my condolences to all those people. And also I congratulate Bier for having made it. I also disagree with Oscar to say that this is a level of madness.
Thank you.
I guess you need some madness.
That's not true. It's not
in your first time.
It's not madness. It is observing what it requires.
Yes.
A man is an MP elect, and is eligible candidate for any position in that parliament.
Okay.
Therefore, I give you the courage to push on.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, comrade.
So, Mr. Bamwine, last week I told you that this week I want us to discuss criminality and what the new NRM regime is planning to tackle criminality. In 1 week, we've seen a professor, a dean has been killed in her home. The week before, there was a young lady strangled in her home after assaulted. And these are just examples. And maybe deaths are not so many, but it's sad, very, very sad. I'm on a group, a WhatsApp group called Pride of Entebbe, focuses on Entebbe matters. And on that group, they are bemoaning, they are calling out to Mayor Fabrice and saying there are some roads, I'll tell you the roads in a minute, that people cannot walk on that road in the afternoon, 2:30 to 4:30. Bag snatchers, phone snatchers are there. So, and for you, what you have done, you brought my favorite policeman, so I cannot really attack him very well, Emiliano Kaima. But
you should thank me for that.
You needed to bring one we can shout at. But Kaima, we can never shout at him. So what's the plan to manage criminality?
First, criminality, much as we are talking about urban crime now, it is general. Urban areas, it is likely to be pronounced because we are in areas where communication is efficient and high. But in other areas, even there's some crime. That's why in the presidential manifesto, which have just been received by NRM people, they promised that among other things to tackle this Chisanja is internal security.
Yes.
Because there has been clearly evidence that there is stealing of crops, stealing of animals, breaking people's houses, and then murders. It has been on. So it has been promised.
I am pleased that you recognize it to
Yes.
begin with.
Yes.
You recognize it.
Yes. So it has been promised in this manifesto that one of the things to tackle is internal crime. But the foundation of security of this country is based on people. That's why the design of NRM right there from the bush was to have a structure of governance from the village up to national level. When you come to security agencies, they even go deeper from the village even to a cluster of homes. That's why they create organizations like Neighborhood Watch. That's why we create cells of 10 people, cells of 10 families, because we know that there is no criminal who does not stay in any village. And there is no village in this country which is not managed by the leadership. So when you see crime is on the rise, it means somebody is not doing his or her job. And the biggest problem why this is happening is because there are two reasons One is politics. When we started this kind of electing leaders, I don't know how it came to be perceived. There's a general perception that criminals, like gangs, have more influence at elections than decent people. I don't know how it came to, but there are not many. But you find in every village, there's a certain cluster of people who take drugs, who are involved in these illicit activities, and somehow leadership is scared about them. If I talk about them, they may campaign me. So you find that leaders, even in the recent concluded elections, parliamentary, presidential, chairman 5, there are certain groups leaders don't want to talk about. Those gangs. And to me, that is a source of increase in criminality. Because those gangs, once they take drugs, they can do anything. And once they also come to know they are untouchable, then they take it for granted. Because that brokers information from LC1 to the nearest police.
You know, I told my friend Karugava that I'm inviting Fred Bamwine back this weekend to talk about rising criminality, especially in urban areas. And he said, make sure that Bamwine does not obfuscate. So I've just been checking it here. OBFUSCATE. So I must not allow Mr. Bamwine to obfuscate. It means he's obscure, unclear, unintelligible. He wrote it to me that I must make sure that you are clear. So I'm not sure if you have been clear about your plan. But Bwana Kaima, Fande Kaima, the Pride of Entebbe group, they've resent that message to me. The roads are Hill Road, Barclay Road, Lugard and Lugard/Clinton Road. In the afternoon between 2:30 and 4:30 p.m., when low movement times, phones and handbags are snatched. Can you imagine? In Entebbe, in the afternoon. The other day someone told me, Kampala Road as well. Be careful, because Hon Katuntu is in the studio now wearing a very nice shirt. Someone can even say, give me your shirt. So what's the plan? You want to add on before?
Let me first conclude.
Oh,
yes.
Obfuscating.
Once information has not come from the lowest level to the authority, obviously that makes it complicated. And you find, for instance, these people who snatch handbags, very few report. They report police.
They've kind of given up.
It may be, but I've evidence that people who have reported, they help us to be able to track and even to follow the trend of crime and in areas where they may be concentrated. But what we have come up with as security, one is first of all is security mobilization programs to reactivate our security cells to up their game in terms of reporting where are these cells pocket of criminals, because they are not the majority. Two, what could have been the likely criminal crimes, victims who have encountered this. Because, like for instance, if they steal your phone, that's an opportunity for us as security agencies to start from there, because at least I'm very sure we have enough capacity to track a criminal once a phone has been stolen. But once it has not been reported, we cannot know whose phone has been. So one of them is security mobilization. To make sure that we have security mobilization in all the wards and parishes, starting with in Kampala Metropolitan, but me, I'm extending it to other districts because I am aware that these crimes are also in other areas. Two, constant engagement with leaders at the village level, leaders at the parish level, leaders at the sub-county level, such that because they know these criminals, but they are fearing to report them. But also, why I know people have given up is the nature of our criminal justice system, whereby you take this suspected criminal to court, depending on the presiding judicial officer. You can even go home with this person whom you have taken to court. This person is liable for bail, and there is nothing that heartens a person who has been a victim of such a crime to find a person that has been reported, arrested, the next day is in the same village, moving around. Why? Because he has got his police bond, because he has been given by his police by court bail. So people wish to see if somebody has been reported about, unfortunately arrested, then he should be away for some time and law should be seen being done. But the day you don't see him being sentenced for long, he's back in the village. That's why communities resort into what they call mob justice. Because they say, since he has gone to police, he has a bond. Since he has gone to court, he has a police court bail. Let us do it ourselves. So I think we need to wake up, particularly the judicial officers, before you give this person bail. Look at his record. But also the arresting officers. You need to profile these criminals, such that by the time one goes to court, the profile is clear. He has had the police bond for some time. He has had court bail for some time. Then it can guide maybe the judicial officer not to be at leisure with his discretion to give that bail.
I don't know, Mr. Bamwine. I'm reading a report, summary from SIPA of the Annual Crime Report 2024. It says 219,000 cases were reported to police. Only 82,000 were taken to court. So you may not even have to blame judicial officers, because less than half went to court. But Afande Kaima,
yes,
my question mainly is, what plans do you have to fight urban criminality?
Thank you. Before I explain this, I also needed to join members and greet the gangsters. It's been long meeting Honorable Katuntu here. I've been here, and Mr. Bamwine and Umlangira Walugembe and the new man now in Parliament. And you, Oscar. I greet you, and dear listeners, good morning. I also want to join Mr. Bamwine here.
Please whisper. He wants to be speaker. Yes, he wants to be deputy speaker.
No, I was asking what is his name.
Biara, Honorable Biara.
Biara.
Yes. I'm also going to advise him. I'm going to advise him.
Maybe I introduce myself. Emmanuel Biara Wepuhulu, Bulambuli constituency MP elect.
Katuntu is on whispering.
Yes. This week that we are ending was a funny week, also bad week where we lost many people. Mr. Bamwine has mentioned too. General Sunday.
General Tachirwa.
Yes. General Sunday particularly was in Masaka, and I come from Greater Masaka. He was a darling of almost everyone in Masaka. For every function that happened, he particularly participated, and you would see a man of the people on the ground. It's unfortunate that he passed on when he was coming to pray for a comrade.
He was participated as one of the bearers.
Yes, and he passed on. So we feel sorry for him, for the professor who was murdered. It's very sad in that manner, and for the young girl also who was murdered, and others who have faced trouble. The case of Entebbe that you mentioned and elsewhere happened sometime this week, the week starting tomorrow or thereabout. The police will release the annual crime report, and we will see the statistics and the trends. But there is so much that we keep capturing and addressing in order to contain crime, because the fear of crime alone, Mr. Orugembe will tell you, is bad for everything, including business. Because how would I do business if there is suspicion that I will be attacked? But I wouldn't want also here to sound alarmist that on Kampala Road they can tell you to give a shot. I've not received that report really.
But as I said, people don't report these things. But Walugembezia, he will tell.
I think
Yes, we will.
Mr. Kaima,
Just give him
it's
information.
not really like I say remove the shot, but he's speaking figuratively.
Yes.
It's like a crime can come and say, "Can I have your phone?" And he grabs it.
And
So it
then
is the
he
same,
run.
not in a side that you are
In
dressed.
December, December, I was holding my phone like this with both arms. Someone just came and picked it as though he's my brother and just walked
That's it.
confidently. Went to police, registered complaints, what not, said now you go here, they track, what? Some point you...
Yes.
you-
It's unfortunate that happens. And when you are driving in Kampala, everybody tells you to be conscious, and we should be conscious. If you are talking on phone, somebody can snatch it because you pay attention to your phone, and somebody is watching over. If you are driving and your car is not fully locked, criminals will be stand one side and watch and see this car is not locked. They
One
know.
day I saved Katuntu.
Either
they were
will
tapping on one
fall,
side. Yes,
or they
and-
tap this,
yeah.
and then you turn around and
Then
they
they-
take the
yeah.
and simply cross. Now, when you go to police stations, you find many of these suspects there. Most of them are young people, 18 to 20, 25, 26. Many engaged into these crimes. Many living on their own in towns, in cities. And the territorial police keeps doing so many things to address crime. And we think that crime is going down, though not wiped out. In the countryside, under the instruction of His Excellency the President and of course the IGP in implementation, we have even gone a step further to bring community policing, sub-county community policing, so that we can come closer to the people with more numbers, a little bit of efficiency in terms of motorcycles, and then we publicize the numbers. This is the number for DPC, this is the number for OC. Call them in case of fear, in case of a crime happening. In urban centers, many of these youth are there. And as Mr. Bamwine said, some of them live on their own, some of them are involved into drugs. And now that we have leaders, we are saying, can we join hands? Because through community policing, we create awareness. We say, commission of crime is a danger to all of us. To us, security officers, to you, the community that we serve, but also it's bad for the economy, it's bad for business. People will either run away, will close their shops before it's the right time, so they won't have money. More crimes are likely to come. So when we join hands, we fight crimes together. If you have a WhatsApp group that is active, it's very good for all of us, for that community. If you have such information, and like you said, the mayor was notified. I trust the DPC of Entebbe is part of that group. If he's not, it's a mistake. He should, and his entire team. What do we do usually when we arrest suspects? They are suspects. We profile them. We get their fingerprints. We take their details. It's even good today that many Ugandans now have national IDs. So we take note of all those. Somehow we know that in this area, we have followed these suspected criminals, we have profiled them, have been able to take these numbers to courts of law. Maybe we have secured these convictions, or others are later to go. Our leaders at all levels really need to also be truthful and to stand their ground, join hands with the police, and we fight these crimes. If we don't, then we shall encourage them. So there is so much we are doing in terms of enforcement, in terms of sensitization, in terms of education and prosecution, working hand in hand with the jail systems, but also the local leaderships to do this, under the media. Yes.
But you know, Afande Kaima, you're going to be in trouble because people are now posting information.
Yes.
I have here on X, David Jack Tumusime says number plate UBG Premio knocked us along Somero Road next to Aldia restaurant. So people are pointing out. I saw a van on social media saying our number plates were stolen, and they wrote this number, to give them money. And then when they reported to police, they increased the amount. They said because previously they wanted 200,000. He said, now you've reported to police, now we want 300,000.
So it has been done.
And I'm asking you, then these cases in it. So the question I put to you is, what are you going to do in the year 2026 to secure us? We are the gains.
Thank you. We are going to tighten the knots. That I can tell you. At some point, number plate thefts were as rampant as the number of blinks you have on your eyes, if you remember. But one thing we tell you, don't feed criminals. If they steal your number plate, please report to the police. If they steal your phone, please report to the police. Because with profiling of criminals, we may get you in one crime, but we shall link you to so many others that you have committed. Unfortunately, some Ugandans don't want to report because they have their own problems. Fear of the criminals, fear of the procedures that are taken, being in a hurry to do other things. They believe that even if I report, maybe they will not get him, he has already solved it. But those who stand their ground, I tell you, make the report, let the police do the work they have to do. If they don't, our levels of command are known. Because in our community policing, we tell them, if you report to the OC, and you find that not much is done, DPC is there.
This was a new number
RPC
plate.
is there.
Mind you, it was a new number plate. Should have been easy to find because they are digitalized now.
Even digitalized car, you can have issues around everything, but the crime of number plates have tremendously gone down. It has not gone away, but it has tremendously gone down. Let's not feed criminals with our own weaknesses. I'll tell you one of the reasons why we don't even secure higher numbers of prosecutions, that even those who report give up so easily because they want quick fixes, they want quick solutions. For example, if you say, did you report to the police? Did you record a statement? There is the first information you write in that big book called the SD. Once they do that, then they give you the SD reference number. Many people go away. They are in a hurry to do something else. But you forget that these criminals have to be kept on their tent hooks by a joint effort of us who have suffered the crime, of the security officers, of the leaders. Once we do that, I trust that we will get there. And now that we are out of politics, my belief is leaders are not going to miss words. They are not going to carry their electorate with kid gloves. If you do, you'll hurt yourselves and hurt all of us. Kindly stand your ground. Let those who are involved into crime pay the price. But of course,
let's ask Mr. Arugembe here, who is in town on a daily basis, what he's experiencing apart from your personal loss of the funds. Was it this year?
Yeah, it was at the end of last year. But it's so common. I mean, they told people were just telling me, I didn't know that. No, around Gogo bypass, around this, even Naguru. For me, the issue is that because I'm just looking at the statistics, a report that you are referring to, 61,000 cases of theft, 90,000 under inquiry, 46,000 that were not followed up, and so on. So we definitely have a problem with that. From that perspective, I would say many Ugandans believe, especially in the urban setting. Someone from KCCA just sent me a message that last year in 2024, boys came to the high table having a wedding in Nderi. Boys came and stole their phones on the high table. Camera people were there, they reported, and nothing has been done. So there's a certain level of collusion. There are some bad apples within the police who collude with these people. Some years back, they stole my car. I went to police, and then this person was just calling, Eka, gwali ne motoken. Mzee, sijina yetu linanda. So, you see that the policeman knew who would have had, the vehicle. So, there's some level of collusion. Then there's also, talking about the age group that you're talking about, the issues that are driving crime most of them are economic in nature. If you don't have jobs for young people, if you mistreat the informal sector and you issue an order that all vendors, all hawkers, where do you think they are going to go? Where do you think they are going to go? You're just sending them into the community to reinvent themselves as criminals. So it's
every time I think about that ban by Minister Minsa Kavan,
yes,
they seem to have increased.
Of course, because now you're criminalizing. Someone is trying to do something, you've chased him, whatever. So they say, you know what, let me go and steal from those that already have. There is also the issue of drug usage. These young people are using drugs, and as they use drugs, they just end up. There's a very high correlation between the usage of drugs and engagement in crime. So that's also something that we need to address. I would also say that I've also noticed that now it's also some politicians, especially in urban centers, use them, so it becomes an economic kind of activity. If you saw people going for nominations, some of them were being surrounded by these gangs, some kind of quasi-protection groups. So this is also something that we need to look at seriously. It can grow, it can grow. It can start as a simple phenomenon, but then it kind of now grows into something much bigger. So I would say the causes are many, but it's a big issue. People can't run businesses. If you look at mobile money, they shot a young girl in Tinder because they wanted 4 million shillings. See? So the level of desperation, in my opinion, is increasing. So, and then means that people won't set up mobile money shops anymore because they'll say, no, that's a dangerous business. Hardware shops, same. So it will affect economic activity long term if people don't feel safe to do business. If people have to invest, because the challenge here is that Ugandans pay taxes and then you have to pay to provide public services to yourself. You provide security, you provide water. You have to dig a well. People now have to dig wells. You have to provide electricity to yourself, put solar panels and so on. So my view is that there has to be a social contract, particularly with the middle class who are paying these taxes, to say, you know what, we'll keep you safe. In return, you will pay taxes, you'll be good citizens, and so on and so forth. Yes.
Abdul, there's again on Twitter, Engineer Davis Stockdale says, tell RDC Bamwine that information is available for security to act. People are crying about gangs using bricks to hit vehicles at Lugogo and Nadia traffic lights. Then Wakoko says, about criminality, surprising is very high in places with establishments of security personnel. Just check Barclay Road is next to SFC, Machindie, Kibuye, Naguru, Kinawataka, and so on. We need to ask hard questions.
Absolutely. We need to ask hard questions. But first of all, as a country or as a state, you need to be prepared for the continuous rural-urban migration. As we do urbanize and get many young people in urban areas, and there are no jobs, and yet when they leave rural areas and they are coming to urban areas, they are looking for better opportunities where they think they can earn a living. And they reach here and there's no living, but they have to survive. And then coupled with what Mr. Walugembe is talking about, drugs, bad influence. Some of them were born here and they are street boys. Let me tell you, you just grow hardcore criminals, young criminals. Matters are not helped so much by rogue elements within the security service, because in most cases they also provide protection, because once it becomes sort of a syndicate, what we call organized crime, then some rogue elements within the security service are beneficiary. These guys steal phones, and maybe when they sell, they give back to a Sergeant Katuntu, who then he becomes their protector at that particular territorial police or police station and so on. I don't agree that the issue is about reporting. A state and a security system should be able to know what goes on within the country. You don't even have to report. By now, There are people, we pick their bills every month to do this sort of job. You know, just look at all these border stages. Don't think that all are borders. Many of them are state agents. Many of them there. And it is normal with the security system. These are their informers and so on. But they get diverted to things that don't help the situation. They become politicians, and instead of doing the state security duties of reporting crime, that becomes a norm. It's when they say, well, this Warugembe is going to touch about protecting this thing which Mr. Bamwine is holding, then that's when they get more concerned. So we move away from real criminality. And I can tell you this, if, for example, this sort of murders which we have seen were sort of politically related, I'm telling you what would be on the airwaves today. It would be very, this happened. Maybe the president would have come in, the minister of internal affairs, parliament would have been called. Can you imagine this one who wants to become the Senate speaker? Oh, because now it is political. Everybody gets concerned. But if it's this young lady, like I saw on social media, dean of students and so on, it has died out. Okay. Just imagine.
It has not died out.
It has. It's not getting the profile other than, it should be getting. Let me tell you, a dean of students, in my view, is such a high-profile person that the attention really should be very, very high than it is now. If it were a politician, God forbid, even if it were me, I'm telling you, maybe even are you still assistant commissioner now?
Assistant commissioner.
Okay. Maybe it will be now senior commissioner, even IGP here to explain this sort of thing. So my view is we need to get back to our job. There are people sleeping on their jobs. And I agree with Mr. Bamwine here when he says that we are growing some of these gangs ourselves, politicians. The politics has been vulgarized so much that now if you go for an election, you need some gangs. Why? Mr. Kaima and company are not doing your job. So all these politicians, these ones want to be speakers, these Katuntus who have been in parliament for 25 years, you must have your sort of security system. Guards to protect yourself or even to protect the bad-mannered vote thieves. And once you start hiring them to do that sort of thing, others will hire them to do other things. Or when the election period is over, they must earn another living. And now the man is now in Kampala looking for votes to be speaker. He has left them in Bulambuli. So what are they going to do? They must now find some other principle and in the process they are committing a crime. So Oscar, it is a big problem. And now this period...
First, listen to this one.
Sure.
You have Isiko saying the reason why people don't usually go to police is because the police in most cases works with the gangs, the thugs. You go to report and they even describe to you the thief. Then the other one says there was another one which was very interesting. Please tell them that we give up and sometimes don't even report because the police wants us, the victims, to pay for everything from transport, tracking, airtime.
It is true, but before we even go and condemn the police, sometimes it's unfair. There are men and women out there who wake up every day to protect us in uniform. And they do whatever is humanly possible. Many of them. But that notwithstanding, you have got rogue elements, like any society with teachers, with lawyers, with doctors. You have quacks there. And those quacks will always even be in the security system. The only difference, maybe next weekend we need to talk about teachers. The only problem now is once you have a quack elements within the security system, then you're in real trouble. Yes. Because sometimes they even have access to guns, which they lend out to criminals. I'll give you an example, Fade Kaima. In the just concluded elections in Bugweri, some candidates hired security people, hiring them So they came, they are in these drones, and everybody knew there were drones moving around and so on. So in these vans, there were both security and rogues. So somehow they quarreled. And when they quarreled, they killed themselves. One shot. And the one they shot is actually a soldier in my constituency. They were hired to do that sort of thing during election.
They disagreed.
And they eventually shot a soldier who was one of those hired. So it's so bad. It's so bad. And this has happened in many areas. So, one, security apparatus should sweep its house. Because I listened to Afande Kaimandi. Really, he's more addressing the problem with the other side, not his house. And I think there's a problem in your house. And that is not to say that there are not many police fellows who are doing a great job. Many. Look at these traffic fellows. You could have one or two picking a bribe, but there are guys standing in the rain and the sun trying to.
Hon Katuntu, maybe to bring it better for police. You know, I have been part of this game for some time. Somebody, even when he's reporting a matter, he says, I'm not going to report to police, but you can policemen and they record statements from me, from here. Meaning, there's a perception that when somebody goes to police, even if he's the one reporting, he will not get that, how do you call it?
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction from there. Meaning there's a built-up perception which you must also address, because there's a thinking formed that to go to police, even if you are a victim, you must pay something. There is also a thing that
it's about confidence, where the public must have confidence within the police. But that notwithstanding, you need to walk at this police station.
Yes.
And you see the guys there, they are full. People are reporting really cases every day and so on. You go to any police station, some of us who go there for many other reasons, you find people there at the counter and so on, people are reporting cases. And you go to these offices of the CIDs and you find them there recording statements and so on. One thing which government must address is actually the facilitation of this. Look at the budget of the criminal investigation department at a police station in Chira. How much do they have every month to investigate each and every crime reported? When you look at the monies, you like, I think we are jokers. Yeah. You cannot. So here is a man, he has a job. You even look at the files. I don't know whether Oscar, you have been there. And look at the files. They are. Can I have some paper? You know, they are looking even for paper. This real paper, they don't have it. Yeah. So there is the police. They think there is a problem.
Yes, thank you, Abdu. There's someone here says I went to police to report a border stolen. So the Afande asked him how much was the border. He told him the amount. Says, okay, give me 150 because I'm investigating a very valuable object.
But do you know have you ever been at this police station and seen the borders there?
Yeah.
Have you seen it? In the hundreds. And I'm wondering, why do you guys impound or arrest and then you keep them all over the place?
And the parts are stolen. So I'm coming. Not yet. I want Honorable Biara yet first come in. Then I have Tony. Tony says, thank you, Oscar, for bringing up the issue of Entebbe. In addition to what Mr. Bamwine and Mr. Kaima are responding to, these issues have been reported to the Entebbe police station. Meetings have been held with the security and the various stakeholders, which I have personally attended. But these crimes continue partly because of lack of consistency in security monitoring. Okay, and in addition to the mentioned roads, we have additional areas like around the golf course and SFC headquarters. Then Richard in Kampala says something quite frightening. He says he witnessed something. Bamwine does not know what he's talking about. Blaming justice system is obscurantism. I was driving to Zirowe along Busika area. 3 men on a motorbike with 2 new black guns. I don't know how we recognize the new black guns. Ambushed a supply vehicle for a certain company, opened fire, snatched money from the truck at midday, and Busika police was just minutes away. So, Mr. Wannabe Deputy Speaker.
Yes, thank you.
How are you going to tackle these issues? Because those are things paining us, if I'm to say it in Luganda.
Thank you very much, Oscar, and my fellow gangsters. And you see, that is where I get the energy to say that I have to take up the position of Deputy Speakership. But first of all, I want to take this opportunity to thank the security organs for the work they have tried to do. If you go to other countries like, let me say, South Sudan, where I've worked before, you go to some parts of Kenya, you go to South Africa, I think criminality is even at a worse level than what we see in Uganda. And what I see in Uganda is there are remaining a few spots where we should sit down and then find solutions through policies, where my senior brother Katuntu, the Honorable, has been. And he has hinted on a very important aspect: budget allocation, appropriation. Can you look at the most critical organ, which is security? That's where we are supposed to put most of the money, so that in case if somebody is going to snatch a phone, it means if you arrested him or you grabbed him, he can easily kill you. And I don't want to I want to disagree with the Honorable Katuntu. That is not about portfolio, about how someone is a dean of students. Sorry, we have lost a very important person, but I want to believe that every Ugandan is important.
Yeah.
Whether you are a president, whether you are a dean of students, whether you are at some level.
That's what he was saying.
I just wanted him to mention every life of a Ugandan matters. Whether you are a honorable member of parliament, whether you are a dean of students, I'll come. I want to bring it in a certain angle. And when we give police, we give security enough budgets, they'll be contented. Even the salaries we pay our security organs, our security officers, should be increased. But let me show you the root cause of all this. Because when we do policing is not only enough, but we should find the root causes of criminality in our society. Number one, of course, it is unemployment. But as the NRM government, if I like Commissioner Bamwine, Fred, he has taken time to read the manifesto of the NRM. We are saying the root cause is unemployment, lack of opportunities to the youth. The youth does not, a youthful person does not wake up to say, let me go and become a criminal. But he wakes up, he's hopeless, he's unemployed, he doesn't have options on what he's going to do. And at the end of the day, he's in town, he's on the streets, he's hungry, and he starts looking at grabbing a phone or grabbing a shirt, as you said earlier. That is why the NRM government has said in the manifesto, 2026-2031, we are going to provide 490,000 jobs, about that, directed to the youth community. This is going to be through industrialization, through PDM. That's why you see the chairman of the party and the NRM government, Oscar, we have jumped all the middlemen from top directly to the parish development model, where the monies are being given at individual level, at a parish, to create at least opportunities for the youth. And something to do with the disconnection. That's why I want to believe and speak to the appointing authority. Through Commissioner, you are here. I think you can reach my message to Afande Martha Asimwe, the Minister Mire Babalanda, the President's office, that in every senior appointment in the government institutions or in any other private sector, there should be a senior person that is to offer expertise and experience, and also a young person to be appointed, maybe in the ages of between 18 to 40. Because, Oscar, according to you, boss, the percentage of youth between 18 to 40 makes about 40% of Uganda's population. Where are we employing them? That is why I directly offer myself that if I can deputize a senior speaker, at my age, youth are going to get comfortable, and I'll find solutions to my fellow youth so that they are also sharing on most of these positions.
Let me.
I know them. Maybe I can count. I have a question.
Let me pause for a break and I digest what you have been telling us here. Welcome back from the break. Big discussion in the break, including Honorable Biara here, telling Honorable Katuntu what he was saying. Honorable Kaima, you're back on microphone. This is like a cry out. People are saying,
yes,
because politics has ended. This could all have been clouded under politics and so on. You know, Bamwine here was blaming NUP people that they are the ones who are thieves, but now
Across the aisle.
Pardon?
Across board.
Across board.
Yes.
So now that the politics has finished, you cannot talk about NUP or whatever, but we are talking about safety and police's role in ensuring that safety.
Yes, safety first. We should be safe so that we can do what we plan to do and do it in an environment that is healthy, where you progress. But what I'm hearing from those who are sending messages to you is throwing a stone to us without sharing the actions taken, like you in Entebbe. And I want you, Oscar, to confirm to us that the DPC and the entire security system of Entebbe, territorial police, is part of that group, because they should be able to see what's happening. They should be able to take action and report.
I should internally. Say that for us, Bwebaja, Chigo, Mutungo, the DPC is on our group, and we work very well with police.
Entebbe should be the same, because we should be able to...
I can find out if a DPC is on the group. The mayor is.
Yes, we should be able to get those answers before we even come on air.
Here, Professor Golova says, phone snatching is lucrative business for some police officers. An officer at CPS asked for 160,000 to track a phone. Even that one became a thief. Yes, go on.
Yes, if an officer asks for money, really, issues of budgets is not something that we should come here and discuss and say, we get little money so we can't do the work. No, the police has moved from one step to another. Our welfare has been largely enhanced, and we are not complaining. If you want to see that, when a policeman is, for example, involved in a crime, tried, dismissed, you see the energy, the report, seeking for justice.
Let's get the thing correctly, because we need to get the facts. Get this. Nobody is talking about welfare. Now, I'm talking about CID as a department, and this is OD. You call it OD Chira.
Yeah. Chira Road Police.
Chira Road Police.
Even where we are here.
Yes. How much money does that department have a month to do their work, and see whether that money is enough with the sort of criminality within that jurisdiction?
Is that for Kaima to answer?
No, actually, what Honorable Katuntu is raising it may not necessarily relate to welfare, but the operations funds. For instance, he has talked about CID. There is crime intelligence. The crime intelligence, which is supposed to monitor all of us, which is to identify these black spots. Then also the gadgets required to produce evidence for prosecution purposes. So he's talking about operation
even
funds.
If it's forensic,
yes,
they are going to investigate.
That's what is the big...
Also, don't talk like a police administrator. Because for us who consume your services, know where the problem is. You reach there and you report a case, which is the farthest from Odichira. And now this patrol officer doesn't have either transport to go to the scene or twice or three times to investigate the matter.
But you see, Honorable Katuntu, let's be fair to ourselves and to the institutions of the police, for example.
Yes.
The officer who will say, oh, how much is the phone? How much is the motorcycle? Give me 160.
That's indiscipline.
That is
He is not asking for that.
No.
That is corruption.
Thank you. So, as an institution, I will not go into the details of saying this is how much is given to the entire police, then to CID, then to CI, then to operations, then to community policing. But
I think where Emmanuel Biara is right. That is Katuntu and Biara should sort out police budget.
Yes.
But
and
you
then
should
the
tell us.
consumers of our services should ask for these things.
Yes.
Give us our services. If I come to the police, I want to be heard. I want to be guided on what should be done. Let's record your statement in the SD. SD, Station Diary, are huge books. But I'll tell you, they get finished almost every after 2 months because cases are reported and they followed. A statement is recorded.
Statistics were here,
Let me finish.
Statistics were here.
Yes.
How many cases were reported this year?
287.
287.
Prosecuted is 80.
20 something.
How many were concluded
80.
at
80.
less than 50%?
When
Those were taken to court.
and what are the
60,000.
factors? Honorable Katuntu, what are the factors? When we released our report, I shared that report with you, Oscar, so that we come here and dissect it. One, the trends, the statistics, and then we explain what are the factors. One of the factors is the factors that they are presenting. Or when you go to the police, or they delay you, or they ask for money. What we are saying, do you know the procedures? If you go to the police, have it recorded, demand the best service from the police. Territorial police is governed under different levels. If OC is not listening to me, I got to see the OCCID. Every Ugandan knows someone called IO. The IO is handling my case. The IO is the handler. The supervisor is the CID. The supervisor of the CID is the DPC. It's the OC station. If these are not helping, you can even call PSU for matters of professionalism. And PSU is on ground and is doing a lot of work in terms of keeping all of us in line. So, in our communities, I want to ask listeners, do you know where your nearest police station is? Do you know the number, the official number of your station, so that in case of any danger, you can call them and then they respond? We don't stay in barracks. I stay in the countryside. But even the communities around, I know the chairman knows my home, we know each other, and somehow we communicate. They call you, there is this danger, then you call the area police. Even Ugandans, I will say this.
I agree with you. For us, Kajansi police offers, there's a time we told them there was criminality in Lumuli area.
Yes.
And they deployed. So I will invite you back here because
let the communities join hands with the security apparatus. We shall weed out.
Bwana Kaima, I need to invite you back when also you are more informed about what you are going to do. The question for me was, what is police going to do?
Many things.
You are telling
things,
us
Oscar.
what we should do, but
what we are going to as police?
Yes.
Deployment, supervision of those that we deploy, to ensure that when we deploy at this point, and you know your beat, you do it as you must. If you don't, we take action against you and we give report.
Fred Bamwine, one sentence to conclude this topic.
A quick one. One, we are going to do a lot of security mobilization programs. Two,
we are recording these things.
We are going to have
Bamwine and Kaima,
we are going to have
these things that you are promising us.
Constant vigilance district security committees, district intelligence committees, and district coordination committees. These are leaders who are involved to make sure that they supervise everybody to the latter. Fortunately, the judiciary also has enhanced the use of ADR, alternative dispute resolution, and DPP through DPP.
ADR and criminality.
No, for instance, pre-bargaining. I have stolen your phone. Instead of going through full trial, I said, Mr. Katuntu, I have your phone. I apologize. First of all, return the phone. Two, we punish this person, and it ends. Propaganda is there. So we are going to make sure that these district security committees, district intelligence committees, district coordination committees, which are chaired by the magistrates, are all activated and put up to the game. Then also, Mr. Kaima, what you have not done is to read to the public the telephone numbers, which the general telephone numbers which they should call in the case of any incident cited. Because me have benefited from this. My name is Bamwine Fred. I'm a commissioner in President's Office in charge of Kampala Metropolitan. And my telephone number is 772 42 3658. 772 42 3658. You see, when you give in the number, even the victim can call you immediately, then you see where to coordinate. But also there should be general numbers, for police general numbers, whereby the public can reach apart from the nearest police agencies. But also the general numbers should be read, so the because this is a matter we are talking about, is not a localized matter. It is about it is getting out of hand, whereby people think there is no law during the day, anytime. So we must step up our game to make sure that anybody who thinks that there is no government in this country is put order, and then we gain confidence from the population.
Fred Bamwine, Darren here is telling me, Mwalimu, police has an app that has contacts of all officers in charge of all departments. Just turn on the location and it shows you the nearest police and contacts. I use it a lot. Yeah, I'm disappointed police never advertises it to the public.
You see?
So, what is it called?
It's called Police Mobi. And
MOBI.
Yes.
Mobi, like mobile.
Mobi.
Okay.
When you activate it through Play Store, you have it. It asks for certain information, then you give it, and then you have it, and you can always find where the nearest police is, and they call it. The general numbers are funny, Mr. Bamwine. If we give it now, it will buzz until evening. And guess what they are saying? What they are telling Oscar, not really reporting crime, but the most important thing, the police acts, we never go to sleep, but the community must also be awake. Take action. Take a step to find out, what is my police? Where is my nearest police? 2, do you ever imagine that crime can happen to you in the mid of the night, and you call the police, you know the number, but you can't even guide them where you stay? Many Ugandans cannot tell you where they stay with appropriate
location.
Say, I am telling you. I'm telling you.
You know, he sleeps in Valintuma Road. So, how many Ugandans have got those? There is a tree there, near the town, there is an anti-hero. Do you see that purple house?
That's what is there.
If I stay in Valintuma Road, the nearest police would know the area, because we do the mapping and we know our area of operation.
This topic, we can discuss it all day. Just, Honorable Katuntu, this is a message you need to read for Bamwine, just a final one for Bamwine to investigate for himself. It says in Palisa, it's orchestrated.
That one, you read it.
In Palisa, it's orchestrated by the RDC himself. This one has been posted by Stephen Okiror.
Why should you not read it? You see, Mr. Kaima mentioned it. In this country, once you're a government officer, you are not the alpha and omega.
And the point is, your RDC is a problem.
Yes, that's why. That's why I'm saying
the point
read
was
it,
making.
so it
Your
helps us
RDC is
to
a
investigate
problem.
it. So
they
now
are part and parcel of the problem.
So I'm picking it that the RDC in Paris has issues. So I have read my number. We shall pick it from there and investigate.
Okay. Thank you.
You may find they have, but we shall investigate.
You'll investigate it.
Yes.
Okiro, he has said he'll investigate it. So, Honorable Katuntu, your friend, my friend actually, he was my friend before he went to Parliament. Honorable, is it Maukota, has been trending. Poor man. So, for you, what are you going to take down? because you are going to say they didn't vote for you. So
No, but
you are going to remove
I don't know what
polls. You are going to remove
the
scholarships.
No, this one has been there for some time. The other one has served one term.
Yusuf.
Katuntu has been there.
No, this one has been there, but the other one was one term.
Yeah, I've just been there for a short time, only 25 years.
So if Katuntu has been there 25 years, maybe he has planted 25 electricity poles and so on.
So there's anxiety.
There's anxiety. I might find people outside here.
I think
begging you not to remove things.
Yusuf has been trending for two reasons. His reaction immediately after his loss, he just went viral. He moved from television, online publications and radios, really expressing his anger about the outcome and with the voters. I think it came to him as a surprise, which is surprising to me. It is his first term, and maybe he thought he was entitled to a second term, because he thought that once an MP does what he did, chances that to be re-elected are high. That's what he thought. My view is he has...
This matter you need to bring out. What he's saying, I have given scholarships in this village, 20 of them. How can I get 2 votes?
Yeah, but who tells you that is the reason why people vote? you know, it's very, very unfortunate that he's a newcomer to elective politics. He went to Maokot and somehow he won. And he thought he would do those sort of thing and he would get a long tenure like people like me. Unfortunately, the voters don't vote because necessarily of those reasons. I'll give you an example, Oscar. One of the reasons they gave the voters, his opponent, one was like, since he went to Parliament, have you heard him talk? And that became an issue. So they were not now, he was not answering about the solar systems and so on. It's like, what has he said in Parliament? And to them, that was a big issue he had to answer. Then secondly, the wave of NUP within Buganda, it is still on. It may not be as strong as it was the other time, but as of now, it is still on. So on the balance of probabilities, him not being NUP and then there was an NUP candidate, it was very easy for them to make that sort of choice. These are the sort of things you should have taken into consideration. So anybody, and I advise, who is seeking elective office, don't imagine that the sort of things of there is a road here, there is this and this, that will necessarily get you elected. No. People have different considerations, and that you need to keep in mind as you go for. So to me, it was a little bit unfortunate, his reaction. It was impulsive. He should have sort of relaxed, absorbed it, reflected on it, studied his own electorate and the general electorate of the country, and said, okay, maybe this is the sort of thing they want. But I'm sure he took a decision, a final, and he said he will never go back in elective politics. Forget about it. He said that is a closed chapter. No, you can. You can. People get annoyed. People, I'm not a Munyankole.
The Munyankole say that a family man does not swear.
So, but to me, he's speaking out of anger because of the loss.
Yes.
Losing an election can be painful, but to me it is natural and normal, because once you go for an election, there is no draw. It's not like a football match. You either win.
You do the penalty.
No, not necessarily. You either win or you lose. Like we in North Scott, we had an option of losing. We had to win or win. So anybody going, should you go with one side, I am going to win, and you lose, you will certainly break it down like indeed Yusuf has. But time. A friend of mine, a general, always tells you time is the best teacher. Time will help. Time will help. He'll cool down.
Yeah.
He'll know his people. And I'm sure he'll go and say, you guys, you didn't do well. Then they'll tell him, no, you also abused us. And then the life will continue. Life must continue.
Indeed. So, Honorable Biara, you are MP-elect. Have you understood the role of an MP? Are you going to plant electricity poles that you will pluck down after you have lost the first one, the speakership? Then after you lose the second one of your seat, are you well prepared?
Another side of the coin, if I won both, like the way I'm going to win. But I purely understand the roles of an MP. Of course, legislation, appropriation, oversight.
Well, then you will not have similar problems.
Yes, but
is there just an interruption? Is there an orientation that happens?
Oh yes,
Like Mr. Biara here will be orientated.
Yeah, and that's I thought he would really. He has to go through this orientation. Then he will change a few of his ideas he has today.
And I've been following the Honorable Katuntu for a long time, and all the debates. I've been watching most of the debates in the parliamentary sessions now that they broadcast them on TV. Even if you have not reached Parliament, you can have a peek of most of this information. The only thing I'm remaining with now is the hands-on skills. I need to be in office and see how things go. But apart from those roles, there are things we do as leaders in terms of charity. Whenever you are a leader, you have come out to sacrifice. You will not wait for a government or any other person to come and offer support to your electorates or to your community. Because if I constructed an electricity transmission line in my village or my parish, it is going to help me and many others. That is where it is just an extra or additional way of supporting the people you are leading, because they are seeing hope in you. And these roles, of course, are supposed to be done by us, the government, the executive, but complementing out of your deep heart. Maybe you could be a Christian or you could be a religious person, like my brother Hon Katuntu, but that one shouldn't be mandatory that when you do those activities, you are supposed to be voted back. Some of us
have to be annoyed
because
if you do charity.
Exactly.
Why do you
get annoyed? I'll give an example.
I'm investing.
Oscar and the gangsters. I'll give an example of myself. I went into elective politics in 2018, and I did so many things on ground, and eventually I lost in 2021. But I didn't remove any of the me, I was so much in climate change action. We were planting trees, we were doing boreholes, we were doing so many things. But I didn't remove a part of it. And I think it became, later on,
you wanted to remove the trees.
If it was my brother, Isibambi Honorable, maybe you would have gone back to cut the trees. But remember, a tree you have planted or distributed, it is helping in carbon sequestration, it is doing climate change mitigation, adaptation. So why would you go and remove something that you offered with one heart? And in that way, it affected, I think, the Honorable Evelyn Anite in Koboko when she later on withdrew her ambulance after losing in the 2021 elections. Voters of Koboko municipality said, "Mommy, go but never come back." And I think the Honorable Minister respected that she didn't go. It also happened in my own constituency. One of the colleagues to Honorable Katuntu called Honorable Alex Burundo. He was in a tennis parliament. When he lost, he withdrew his ambulance. And the voters said, please never come back. When he came back to contest against me, they were asking on the public rallies, where is our ambulance? And the guy came back with it. They said, no, we have already known where your heart lies. You are not with us in all conditions. So I want to advise my colleagues, those who wish to be in leadership, not only political space, but also in your own home. If you bought a car for your wife, for example, and she causes annoyance to you, and then you say, please, give me the keys. Do you think she will trust you again? So at all levels, in terms of leadership, whether you are at family level, whether you are at community level or elective politics, please, when you give something, give with one heart, and God will pay you for that.
Let's stop for a break, and after the break, we'll have more discussion on this. Welcome back from the break. This is the Capital Gang. Even in the break, it is more discussion on police. So, Mr. Walugembe, are you concerned about your area MP? You're a businessman in Kampala. Do you have any relationship with your MP? Does your MP understand what's required?
No, first of all, and that brings me to the previous issue. You know, when areas urbanize, the electorate expects the MP to be their voice on such issues. Unfortunately, most MPs in urban areas don't understand that the needs of the electorate, an MP of Chira municipality, an MP of Nakawa, you should not engage in handout politics. What those people need is a good business environment, security to run their affairs. So if you're in an urban area and you focus on handout politics, you will not pass. Similarly, you should. Most of the issues that drive politics in urban areas are economic in nature. If you look at issues of vendors, workspaces, this and so on. So the challenge with our MPs is, one, many of them may understand the role of an MP, but they think that they have to do things a certain way to get elected. So they ignore what they ought to do and they focus on things that they think will get them elected. Never mind that some of those things that they think will get them elected don't get them elected in the end. Because if you say, oh, I'm an MP, I invested 4 billion, I put solar lights, I did roads, I did clinics, where are you getting this money? That would be the first question. Because an MP, if you look at how much money you get, then it means the question would ask you is that where are you getting this money? And are you bribing the voters anyway? And if the voters have made that decision,
you need to reclaim that money when you get to office.
This is the point. Then that's when we say, oh, now politics has been monetized, there's corruption and so on. Because you've invested 4 billion, you want 8 billion back. Because you can't just reclaim the principal. You must also claim some interests. So then you put us in a lot of trouble. But I would say that MPs, especially in urban areas, I know that there has been this talk of an up wave and so on. You see, when people want security in Chira, at that point it's not about NRM. No, it's about security for everybody. Because when the thieves come, they're not going to first say, where's your party card? See? When they are snatching Walugembe's phone, they didn't first say, whom do you support for that matter? So I think that, particularly in urban areas, we need to ensure that we work on the fundamentals around the business environment. Business environment means safety. Business environment means
open their shops,
people can open their shops. We talk about the night economy. If our economy works 24 hours, then it helps us to create jobs. If people have to close by 7, by 6 because of insecurity, then it means that economy will suffer. So we ask our newly elected MPs, let them not go to Parliament to craft ideas on how they can bribe us to re-elect them. Let them do what they are supposed to do. If they do what they are supposed to do, you will be re-elected. Yeah. But if you think that you can bribe people and tell stories and so on, you can succeed one time, but not always. At some point, the electorate will find you out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Afande Kaima,
yes.
You as a senior police officer, are you in touch with your area MP? Does your area MP know the roles of an MP?
Yes, I think he does, but the electorate thought that he shouldn't go back, and he was not elected. He lost and he was very, very bitter. I won't tell you who. But my take on the politicians elected and those who lost. One, find time and make peace with your fellow contestants in the race, because there's going to be trouble. Some are going to celebrate success, others are going to keep crying foul. And I can tell you without fear of doubt, because we see it every after an election, court cases, attachment of property, these things are going to happen. So if you make peace, then the 5 years can be meaningful, whether you won or you lost. Two, they need to be careful with the loan sharks, especially those who are coming to Parliament.
The bearers here.
Yes,
The people are ready
they are
for
going
you.
to come to you. They do an orientation, Oscar. But wait, my brother.
Okay, it's okay.
Even with that, the guys who are willing to give you money, the banks that will call you, individuals who have a lot of money, they will come to you. Unfortunately, it ends at the police when warrants are issued, and we have to somehow play a role in attaching property of honorable members of Parliament. And you know what they do? Because they have a microphone, they say, you see the police, we told you. This is not our problem, it's your problem. So kindly take note of that. And then lastly, keep in touch with security. Security or safety and security is a good for all of us. Once you play this role and they see that in terms of security, you don't discriminate, they love you for that. We've worked with many politicians who are overtly negative towards the government, but for us, we are security officers. There is one who said, they told us that this land belongs to your boss. When Genokare was the IGP, that this land is for Genokare in the morning, but now it's not for Otafira and Genokare, the two. This is an opposition, strong opposition politician. We said, it's okay, one land protection then. When we went, no way at all. It was for a businessman, a humble businessman who rarely causes trouble. But the manager was a problem, picking a lot of money from him, giving false information, and the opposition politician said, oh, we thought he would not come. So we do. Security is a good for all of us. Let's join hands, let's find truth, but let's also empower our people. Go to the police, report, they fail to do what they have to do, then we hang them. Yes.
Oscar, what I wanted to add to my brother here,
Before Fred Bamwine comes in.
yes, is what he's saying is very true. Afande Kaima, myself, I think after elections, I've received over 15 calls of people offering lots of money. That please come, you can even get a loan of 1.2 billion. Just bring for us a declaration form, and we shall be able to sign for you. And I am saying, my friends, please wait. First of all, I'm the incoming deputy speaker. You want to shame me by
giving you little.
Giving me
Little.
money? So what he's saying is very true. Thank you.
Fred Bamwine, are you in touch with your area MP in Kampala and in the village?
Oscar, I have a personal view on this matter. I really don't subscribe to the kind of politics we're having as a country. I can tell you it is an obscene environment whereby the electorate, once you come to address them, before anything, they start massaging the throat. Then you go and speak, then after the man has spoken, a woman said, he has spoken, but he has not ended. Because he has not gone to a place called Kasao. So to me...
You know all these words.
To me, it's a disaster.
A friend of mine from Chigai said, Ogamba na gamba.
No, the man can speak, actually can represent us, but... So to me, it's an obscene environment. I don't think we are heading anywhere. Like, for instance, I predict that Honorable Nsibambi, what he did not know was there are about three things. One, he didn't know that dancing in the community is very important for the voters. He didn't know that sleeping at the funeral is very, very important, burying everybody, whether old or even those who have aborted, you must be seen burying. Then these functions, baptism, then now even baby shower, good, what do you call it, birthday parties. If you don't attend those ones, even if you build a road, So to me, the issue that determine votes in this country have totally changed, and they don't match the offices people are yearning for. Because a member of parliament, demand him for speaking in parliament. But to say that he didn't attend your birthday party, not even by attending, contributing, attending, when we hear that somebody was
want to go there and eat people sing without contributing.
Now you can hear how Katuntu had mastered them. He's saying, he doesn't satisfy the population. Then I said, he is not always with us. Do you know what it means with us? It means spending. So to me, the issues the voters are basing on are not political issues, are not service delivery issues, are not even issues relating to these offices. And to me, it's a disaster. It's obscene as far as I'm concerned. For instance, if I'm going to lead you, why should I buy you? Because I'm having to offer myself, my knowledge, for the good of this community, to lobby for you, to make sure that services come. And now if you are telling me birthday, you are telling me baby shower, non-issues.
But Honorable Lucy tried here in Kampala and Muvende, you saw the results.
No, you see, Lucy,
yes,
he made some little mistake. Yes. He was on social media, he didn't reach in the community. And then when somebody's cow is stolen or somebody's murdered, where is our MP? But you ask him to come to birthday. This is not a birthday. You told him to come on a funeral. This is not a funeral. After all, he bought, and time for buying again has not yet come. So to me, the issues based on now for political offices are not national in character, are not developmental, are not service-related issues. Then when the community gets challenged, when the road is blocked, then the person is still blamed. Like when Sabambi was saying, I'm going to remove that I know that town of Buama, he had provided us light all these 5 years. Now he's telling me that he wants to remove the lights.
There was a joke. I think he runs a good business.
Yes, called Jaria City.
Now the guy on social media said, Biden Svambi, please don't close the doors.
Don't tamper with Jaria.
The toilets there. Yes. We sort of stop there.
So really, I think Svamba as a person must be frustrated. He thought he was providing services which are important.
Devaganda said Ajakuba Burunzi.
Ajakuba Burunzi.
So let him relax. It will be fine.
So to me, it's not him alone. So you members of parliament, chairman RC5 who still want votes, you must go back and rethink. Yeah. The issues people vote for are non-issues as far as I'm concerned, but they are the issues of the community. But I ask a question. These countries which were like us and they have developed, which kind of method did they choose? This way, or they sat and said, no, enough is enough, we must go back? And I'm happy that MPs are the most affected, because according to the Constitution, Parliament is the one which has the powers to change this environment. But as long as you continue dancing that tune, you are killing the country. And unfortunately, my colleague is not going to be in the second Parliament, but you are coming as Deputy Speaker.
Yes,
please, can we revert back and streamline leadership?
Yes, I hope he has taken it from his.
I told you last year that security committees at the village no longer work, because the chairman of security in the village is the chairman of C1. But he says, if I hold a meeting of security and we talk about these boys, they are going to the campaign. They can even kill me. Their parents will get annoyed with me. Lastly, the leadership of this country, led by President Museveni, who appoints me, we can compromise on anything else, but not the security of this country. I want to assure everybody listening to us, we have heard your comments. We are not going to sleep. I'm going to make sure that I coordinate various security agencies. We up our game. And I don't want to promise, I don't want to deceive that we have been...
You're still on microphone.
Yes.
Mr. Bamwine, don't do conclusions. I have on X, formerly Twitter, Kenneth Biona said, for once, Bamwine has not talked about his intelligence. So he was commending you.
No,
And,
no, he has not had.
Don't take it as a compliment, Mr.
But
Bamwine.
also he has not had, because when I mentioned district intelligence committees, that's what to me.
Moses Ruhanga says, Oscar, in the manifesto, we promised that
Yes.
the police will get body cameras to
Yes.
improve on their efficiency.
Yes.
And then the request for money will be reduced. But Fred Bamwine, sometimes ministers also make difficult decisions. Asking you and Kaima and Walugembe, if Minister of Kampala says she's banning borders and street vendors, and now just coming into town, it seems like she has triggered them to be even more.
No. Once she has said.
She said it. So what is your work on it?
Once she has said borders and hawkers should get out of the street, she has said it.
Yeah.
Now the question is implementation.
Uh-huh.
And in
You are the RDC.
yes, implementation, we must look into all these aspects. Yes, hawkers should not trade in the middle of the road or in front of shops. So the implementers must look for the alternative spaces for livelihood. By the way, people what you don't know, I normally mention about these food vendors. What you don't know, these street hawkers, those food vendors, they are helping government, because government is supposed to provide them an alternative livelihood. And for them, they are saying, for us, we are able to survive on our own. Just to give us a service of where we can operate from, the rest is ours. So you cannot really wish away there.
Hon Katuntu, what's that word Karugaba told me?
Support.
That don't allow Bamwine to. Let me save you from.
But is that an English word?
Yes, it is.
I've got it.
So
he told me don't allow Bamwine to obfuscate.
So the minister has given a.
Let me help you, Mr. Bamwine, Abdul. So the minister gave his instruction.
Yes.
How useful is it?
No, I think people should take Mr. Bamwine's
Fred Bamwine,
submission seriously. My understanding of his submission is, yes, the minister has given that order, but let's just see whether it is implementable. I think that's the point he's making. Meaning, actually, forget about the order. It is not going to be implemented. Why? That's what he's saying. And please don't, it's my view, you don't have to explain yourself, but the people who are listening to you are very intelligent.
I went back to the word.
Yes. So that is what he's saying. It's not possible because we have not provided the alternative, blah, 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 and so on. So if there are guys folks who are getting excited that there is now going to be a different Kampala, no. And I want to advise Minister Kavan to talk to the lady I admire called Jennifer Musi.
Edie, she's our.
Seriously, I want to advise Minister Kavan to talk to Jennifer.
Mr. Walugembe, you're the businessman in the city. Okay. How will this instruction affect you?
First of all, I'm concerned about such directives because those directives are ad hoc and they are dealing with people's livelihoods. And it's not the first directive. Many of them have been made. Now, the challenge with African countries is that they criminalize the informal sector. They don't appreciate that the informal sector is part and parcel and will be a permanent feature of the urban economy. Even their own plans, I was looking at the Integrated Urban Development Master Plan. It talks about how they'll build workspaces for the formal workers and so on and so forth. Let's forget about the event, because every time we talk about workspaces, talk about markets. They list these markets have spaces. Those spaces are not there. I've done a survey myself, and those spaces are not there. So I would say that as a country, we need to see how do we create jobs for these young people, because that's what it is. If we don't create jobs for them and then we start running after them, then we feed into the crime issues we've been talking about. But also we need to start a conversation. Why is Kampala both the commercial and administrative capital? Let us start. We talk about Vision 2040. We talk about 10 growth strategy. Growth economically has to take place with planned urbanization, not chaos. So if urbanization is taking place and you're fighting it through enforcement, these enforcement people take these merchandise from these poor women and then sell them in their own shops. So it's a business for some of these fellows. So we are saying, can we start a conversation on having a separate administrative capital, well-planned roads where the ministers can move at, but now it's the ministers moving on pavements, what? They are rushing for meetings. Let them be there in Nakasongola with nice houses, fresh air. Let Kampala remain the commercial capital with all our confusion. So for me, I think that this order should start a conversation in that direction. Yeah.
Countries have done it.
Yeah.
Nigeria has done it. Tanzania has done it. There is nothing, miraculous about this thing. People are just not thinking properly.
Sometime back, we were bothered with border and the crime, related to crime. One, they disrespect traffic rules. Some of them get involved into crime. So we tried to organize Kampala hand in hand with the former AD. It was a problem. At some point, they stopped. His Excellency, the President, said, we are trying to do something for ourselves and our families, and the biggest problem in this town is the police. The President said, but are you listening to what they are saying? Honestly, you should get them off the streets, and so what? These are questions. These are important.
You police
questions.
at some point did in Tondo, and you left the roads.
The Tondo was intended. It was intentional.
The other one was deliberate.
Police should not intend at all. No. You intended the wrongly.
It was just for like a few hours.
Even if it was for minutes, you shouldn't have intended.
We all suffered it, and we said yes. But for this, what Mr. Olgame is saying is worth it. Let's strategically look at this as a country and say what are the alternatives. I wouldn't want to begin to discuss the orders, because I'm sure even the borders are saying Katulabe. They will say it. So we need to be conscious. If somebody is earning a little, a house was burned in 2010, just a little. A house was burned of a civilian. They were fighting over politics, and somebody's small house was burned. So the IGP called. We were there. I said, how is the situation? He said, somebody's small house was burned. He said, never say that
small
again.
House?
It was really a very, very small house. He said, that is his castle. So every person who earns a living is worth taking care of. So what are the alternatives provided by government? And then we security provide the environment. We want to thank everybody else who thinks so. The honorable here who is going to Parliament, please think about those things. If other countries have done it, can't we do it?
Just ask him now. Put him on the microphone.
Thank you. Oh, thank you very much, Oscar.
Future Deputy Speaker.
Yes, thank you. It is just in May. I'll be swearing in as the Deputy Speaker.
The border, street vendor, the minister has spoken.
Yes, I want to concur with my brother. He has brought up a very, very critical and significant solution. Why are we stuck in Kampala when other countries are shifting cities? For example, Egypt is building a new administrative area for all government functions to go and operate. And what they did, they got a bare area. They started constructing new roads and wide roads. Though I think Tanzania also did from Dar es Salaam to Dodoma. We have seen in Nigeria and others. So I critically think, because the other time I was interacting with the chairman of, the CEO of National Planning Authority and then National Housing. I'm like, what is happening in Kampala? For me to come here, I had to, from just near here in Chiwatle, I had to come 1 hour before, thinking if I delayed, yes, I didn't know, because if you delayed for more 30 minutes, you'll reach here late. And this is a journey supposed to be for 10 minutes from there to here. And it is going on and on. And for us to change as a government, what we are seeing is that every day we are working on the same size of roads. I think you see the road maintenance, we repair here while cars are moving on one side of the road, creating jam, and then tomorrow, by the time the road is finished, or even commissioned to start operational, people are already using them. That's why you find potholes. I always follow Lucky and my brother Gaetano. They say the capital city of potholes. Now that's what we are known of. We need to shift Kampala, maybe to Nakasongola, but also to Mbale. I think Mbale is the most strategic area for a new city, and it was proposed by Dr. Milton Abote some time back. You bring the city to Mbale, and then you reorganize Kampala. After like 5 years or something, you'll find Kampala a better place. Thank you.
Honorable Katuntu, conclusion you've heard from the future Deputy Speaker.
Okay.
My neighbor.
No,
I will miss your vote, but you can mobilize for me many others.
I think all of us are aware of the challenges of the city. Because you see, yes, the concern is there, but is this the solution? I think that's the most important. One, cities must grow with the people. And they don't have to grow with only people like me, who is as a car, who has blah, blah. You have to grow with the Bamwine, who has a border, and so on. I need to have a better city, but also Bamwine needs to have a better city. So don't imagine that this city is for the rich people only. Cities are for everybody because they are entitled to be here and also to earn a living. The most important thing which Mensa Kabanda should know is that these people must earn a living. Like indeed she's earning a living as the Kampala MP and as a minister. This border called the Bamwine in Ukamuch also must earn his living. So how do we balance both interests? If they have reached an extent that it is not possible, then you have to separate them. And what are the options? One of the options is what makes these people come to this place really is to earn a living, is to do business that is commercial. So we must have a different commercial area from administrative. So we can get government out of Kampala. We can debate where to go. Do you have to go to Kasongola? Do you even take it to northern Uganda or western or wherever it is? We can debate that. Because once government goes out of Kampala, it goes with so many things.
And the other people will benefit a lot.
And the other people will benefit a lot and so on. So, but people are not thinking beyond the box. They always find pete solutions. It's very unfortunate.
Now, the order is not negotiable. No. What's important is how is it implemented. I am a bit lucky that I grew up in this town. There is a time
you are the people who have created us.
There's a time when we had border operating normally in this city. There is a time we had when there was hawkers operating in this city, not necessarily in the middle of the road and not necessarily in front of shops. What you are seeing is nothing but politics. I can assure you, once you zero down to organize these borders according to stages, it will go away. But the challenge has been, you touch this group, it is for Katuntu. You touch the other one, every candidate has a group of some sort.
Afande Kaima, border guys ride on the wrong side of a road, run traffic lights, and police looks on.
No,
When you
Oscar, that is also wrong. Just look at all the ministers, all these guys who want to be deputy speakers. All of us are in this place. Don't stop looking at the border. You look at judges, you look at MPs, all are driving on pavement.
The other issue I want to
there's no time
to disagree with my colleagues is yes, we can create another city, but today that cannot be in one day.
Yes.
No, today we must agree how this business, we must organize the business sector, the border sector, and at the same time,
thank you so much.
Even if you go to another city.
Mr. Fred Bamwine, thank you for your contribution on gang. Honorable Katuntu, thank you. Honorable Biara, thank you, and good luck with your ventures.
Thank you very much.
We've run out of time. From the Kaima, he wants to be deputy.
No, he said we have
right honorable deputy speaker.
We've run out of time to address him with that.
Thank you, Mr. Arugemeka Kunguru. I am Oscar Semoya Msoke, and I shall see you next week.